And the most important thing, the Dallas Public Library's Grants Information Service. We have so many resources that will help you. Please, you know, you've got my card. Call me if you have any questions. Check material out. Take it back to your office. If I need to, ask any questions that you have that, from tonight's class, that's fine. I'll be glad to help you. Any of the staff members on the 6th floor have been trained, and they can help you with your research as well. Okay? Yes?
Quick question. So do we have to set appointments with you guys at the 6th floor? Or do we walk in and you guys will take some time to sit with us? And
We sure will.
Oh, yeah?
One thing we're not going to do, we're not going to write your proposals. That's one thing we don't do.
Right, but you can spend a decent amount of time.
Yes, and we can show you the different directories, show you different books. Not a problem. Yes?
So basically, if you're not that big, your best bet is to go one-on-one with people, individual people, neighborhood associations. Did I get you correct?
Well, that is definitely one way to do it. If you have not been, if you don't really have a track record, you haven't been in existence for 3 to 4 years, then it's difficult to get funding from private foundations. It really is. So you can do prospect research. You can go to smaller foundations if you don't need a huge grant and ask and build up your resume more or less. Okay? Any other questions?
Jill, thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
Everybody in here got any gum? I quit smoking in 1993, and I'm addicted to sugarless gum. And I can't find mine, so that means when I left the office, I rushed out and didn't bring that. And I don't want to go back to smoking, okay? So if anybody's got any sugarless gum or just regular gum at this point, all right? I'm getting like this, okay? I'm a very loquacious person, but first and foremost, you guys have been sitting for a while, so why don't you kind of get up, kind of do something, you know? If you need to go to the restroom, go ahead and go, all right? And then just come back in here in the next 5 minutes.
I'll just take a quick break.
Sounds good. Thank you. We invite you to come to City Hall, and we can do this again, okay? We can do it one-on-one, or we can do it in a group setting, all right? Because I want you to get something out of this evening, all right? Now, I'm not an expert, all right? I'm just somebody who happened along in the city of Dallas 26 years ago, and it was in 1997. I was at the end of a demonstration grant, and it was a 5-year demonstration grant from the federal government. And so one of the things that we had to do at the end of the grant was we had to put this event on, okay? And my boss at the time had already chosen Fair Park because she said we had to have thousands come. And so I said, okay, so what's the event going to be about? Well, the program I was in was a substance abuse prevention program. And so she said, well, we're going to have parents come out with school-aged children, and we're going to have resources there on how to prevent their kids from succumbing to alcohol abuse. I said, okay, thousands going to come out for that. You know what I mean? And I had to find the carrot, okay? Because I'm one of these people who likes to be successful in anything I do. You know, I'll work day and night, all right? Nothing for me to be in my office at 5 o'clock in the morning at City Hall. I feel very protected there, you know, and I'll forget the time. So, to make the short of the long, you know what I did? I created an event called the Mayor's Back to School Fair, all right? Now, you all are grown, so y'all probably done heard this, okay? It's who you know. What you need to know, you're going to find out when you get there, okay? So guess what? I knew someone on the Dallas City Council, and she's gone on to be with the Lord now, but at the time she was a deputy mayor pro tem on the city council, Dallas City Council. And so I went over to her house one evening. She and I grew up together. And I said, you know, I was thinking about this event, and I said, you know, I'm just really thinking that the city of Dallas needs to get involved in this, because I find that this is a gap in services. We don't have any centralized event or a program or project where underprivileged children, which the DISD has about 90% of their student population, falls under the category of underprivileged, okay, according to the federal poverty guidelines. I said, so we need a way, because I've talked to a lot of people, and they tell me school supplies, immunizations, now it's uniforms too. These kids need services, and the district can't fill the gap. So why don't we do an event like this? Would you be willing to lend your name to it? And she said, yeah, sure. She's scrambling eggs for her husband for dinner, okay? And I said, okay, so that's what we did. So what did I do? Got a high name ID person, okay, so that they could run with the ball, and that's credibility to what you're about to do, all right? Now, you guys, you can laugh if you want to, because I love humor, all right? Now, this is an ambitious project. I got the automobile building in Fair Park. How many have been in an automobile building? All right? 75,000 square feet, okay? Now, I had only been there during the fair, and I saw these pretty girls doing like this on the showroom thing, and I saw these, pipe and drape and the whole bit, and when I walked in there, and it was just some bare concrete, I said, where'd that girl at? It go like this. What happened to that pipe and drape? You gonna get that in here, right? And he was like, no, you have to build that in your budget. I was like, oh my God. So, got busy. Now the first year, 1997, I have to admit, I was able to serve 3,000 kids with donated goods. Okay? Everything was donated. All right? I got on the phone, everybody knows somebody that knows somebody, and that's what I did. And we had all these school supplies, all kinds, okay? And then in 1998, after having a year to think about it, I said, you know what? What's missing? It's really neat that we had all those school supplies, but what we were missing is we didn't have something uniform. Like, for instance, you know how some of my cousins are, okay? I'm just going to be real with you. Parents, you give them this Nike notebook, okay? And then you give another parent over here something from Aladdin, okay, or Mead. And then this one over here that's got the Nike. Oh yeah, my kid gonna like this. Can I get another Nike? Parent over here with the Mead and Aladdin. Oh, I don't want this Mead and Aladdin, I want a Nike. So I had to figure out a way, and that was gonna be a cost. How am I gonna make this work? So, started thinking. I said, I need to get with a company and find out how can we make these school supply packs. So I have one for K through 3, 4 through 6, 7 through 8, and 9 through 12. All right? But in the meantime, that'll solve that problem. But I got to have the money to pay for this. Okay? So, where do I go? Well, just like you heard Jill, she gave us some really good information. But I wanted to bank on that council member. All right? I wanted her to tell me some companies who she knew that I could go to who had education as a thrust. Maybe they had a foundation at that corporation, okay? But they were big on giving when it came to education, all right? So she did. She gave me some names. So the second year rather, I had $20-some thousand, all right? Still had a lot of people who gave in kind, which has value, you guys, has value. Now, you're probably thinking, how many of you think I got the automobile building for free? No. That's the City of Dallas owned building, but I didn't get it for free because you know what? The lights got it, the water, all the utilities. So what they did was I worked out a deal with them where I could get I only paid for the utilities. Okay? So the first year we're just an automobile building. Second year, I add Centennial and some other building out there. Okay? And so the story goes on and on until I got to where I started to fundraise for the Mayor's Back to School, $300,000. All right? That's in kind and in cash. So I went from serving 3,000 children